Hello, Edgewood family. I would like to explain our blended learning plan when coming back to school. Edgewood has elected to go a blending learning plan due to the number of students in the building and to ensure the safety regarding our students with social distancing guidelines. Through this presentation, you'll learn about our learning plan and how it pertains to your child. All students will be placed into two separate groups, Group A and Group B. Group A is every student grades 9 through 12 with the last name A through L. Those students will receive face-to-face instruction on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then complete remote learning activities online at home on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Fridays will be used for Zoom meetings with their teachers or to provide extra support or enrichment. Group B are students 9 through 12, last name M through Z. Those students will receive face-to-face instruction in school every Tuesday and Thursday, and then receive remote learning activities online at home every Monday and Wednesday, and their Fridays are the same as Group A, will be utilized for Zoom meetings, tutoring, or enrichment. Some important dates to remember. Our plan is to come back with face-to-face instruction starting on November 3rd. Due to the COVID pandemic in the spring and not having our incoming 8th graders as freshman students have an opportunity to come to Edgewood High School, we are going to allow this to start our blended learning. So on Tuesday, November 3rd, freshman students and any new student to the district with the last name M through Z will come to school that day for face-to-face instruction. Freshmen with the last name A through L and all other students in grades 10 through 12 will remain at home and complete lessons online. On November 4th, freshmen and any new students with the last name A through L will come to school and receive face-to-face instruction that day. Freshman students with the last name M through Z and any students in grades 10 through 12 will remain home online to complete their instruction. This allows an opportunity for our freshman students to get acquainted with Edgewood High School and to know where their classrooms and teachers are, and to reduce some stress that they may feel. On Thursday, November 5th, all students grade 9 through 12 will have mandatory Zoom meetings with all their teachers following their 8-period schedule. The bell schedule is on the next slide. This will allow each classroom teacher to talk to the students in their classes and how school will go on starting the next week regarding instruction face-to-face and online as well. November 9th, on Monday, November 9th, that's when we will officially begin our blended learning schedule, which was found on the previous slide. Our bell schedule, when we come back, starting on a blended format, is as follows. Students, if they're riding the bus, will be at school between 7:15 and 7:25. All students should be in the building by 7:28 and report to their homeroom by 7:30 when the tardy bell will ring. We have homeroom this year in order to take attendance and for students to eat breakfast so they're not inside the cafeteria all at once. So every student will be assigned a homeroom teacher, which will be posted on the day they arrive to school. They will report to homeroom every morning from 7:30 a.m. until 7:40 a.m. This allows those students to eat breakfast, listen to morning announcements, and also for the teacher to take attendance. The students will then rotate through their 8-period schedule, and then our lunch period will remain period 5, but it has been changed. In previous years, we had 2 lunch periods. This year, we will have 3. This is to reduce the number of students in the cafeteria at one time and to allow for proper social distancing of students during lunch. The students will then finish out the day with periods 6, 7, and 8, and we will begin dismissal at 2:14, dismissing students who are bus riders first, followed by car riders, and lastly by student drivers. Again, this was to stagger our students so they're not all in the hallways at one time. To help mitigate the spread of COVID-19, we are doing and asking the following. Temperature checks daily. All students are required to wear masks or face coverings. There will be hand sanitizers in every classroom. We will have water bottle filling stations, so please ask your child to bring a clear bottle of water with them to school at which they can refill. We will be disinfecting desks between class periods. Our cafeteria, due to having 3 lunch periods, will be reduced to a 25 to 30% capacity. We will try to maintain social distancing in all classrooms and in the cafeteria. We'll remind students to wash their hands regularly. We do have signage throughout the school. And just a reminder for those of you who have been at athletic and extracurricular activities, we'll maintain the 15% capacity. Just a couple transportation guidelines for those students riding the bus. Just a couple requirements that mask or face coverings are required. There will be hand sanitizer on the seat, and assigned seats will be given to students. Couple reminders. When students arrive to school, again, please arrive to school by 7:28. Tardy bell will be at 7:30. We're asking students and parents to have their temperatures taken at home. If a student's temperature is 100 degrees or above, please keep your child at home and report them off on our attendance hotline. Any student exhibiting symptoms at school will be immediately quarantined. We'll contact parents, and that student will be sent home. When students do arrive, they will grab their breakfast and report to homeroom. Students riding the bus, we will have our cafeteria employees right inside the main entrance, and students will be able to grab their breakfast. And students that are driving or being dropped off, we will have another table at that entrance as well. A reminder for those students, your homeroom classroom teachers and classrooms will be posted in the hallways on the day that you arrive. This year, we are permitting students to carry a book bag to school and during the school day because of students not being assigned lockers. The reason for this is to reduce students from congregating in the hallways and also eliminate student sharing lockers. So students are permitted to carry a book bag throughout the day to carry their books and supplies. This will also help with arrival and dismissal of school and make it go quicker. Just a couple reminders that during the day, all students are required to wear masks. Teachers as well are required to wear masks or face coverings. Students, when changing classes, will follow red directional arrows on the floor. Those were placed there this summer to keep all students moving in one direction and not crossing each other in the hallway. It will take a little bit of time for students to get used to that, but we did allow a number of minutes in between classes for them to follow those appropriately. To students, no use of restrooms during the change of classes. Students will be able to sign in and out of their classes once they arrive there. Again, this eliminates a large group of students meeting in the restroom at one time. Again, we'll try to follow, the best of our ability, the social distancing guidelines. Students will have assigned seating in every classroom and also in the cafeteria, very similar to the assigning of seats on the bus. Students' desks will be disinfected between each period. Classrooms will be cleaned and disinfected at the end of each school day. Also, visitors are not permitted in the building, so if you do have to pick your child up from school, we're asking parents just to remain in their cars outside. They can call the front office and we'll make sure that we send your child out to the car. At the end of the school day, we start dismissing at 2:14. And again, we're going with a staggered dismissal with bus riders leaving at 2:14, allowing 5 minutes for car riders to exit the building. And lastly, our student drivers will leave at 2:24. All students are required to exit the building and the premises. Students involved in any extracurricular activities must report to their designated area with their coach and/or advisor. In previous years, we have permitted our seniors who had study hall 8th period, they were permitted to leave school at the end of 7th period, which was called early release. Due to COVID-19 and reducing the number of students in study hall and at dismissal, we are permitting any students this year in grades 9 through 12 who have study hall 8th period. They will be permitted to leave at the end of 7th period if they have transportation home. If a student does not have transportation home, they will remain in study hall and just follow the appropriate dismissal times. If your son or daughter is interested in this, or if you can provide transportation, or if they drive to school, I would just need a note indicating your permission to let them leave at the end of 7th period, and that can be emailed to me at the email on this slide. Just a couple reminders for our attendance policy. When students are not in school and they're doing remote learning, the remote learning days will count towards the student attendance. Students must log on daily and complete all activities to be considered present each school day. If a student is ill or going to be absent, a parent or guardian must call the attendance line to report their child off. All absences require documentation by a parent or guardian via message on the attendance line, or you can email Mrs. Wright, the school secretary, at her email listed on this slide. Also, just a reminder that all school rules and policies are in effect while students are on school property, in classrooms, even on their online classrooms, on the school bus, and at extracurricular activities. Just a couple things as far as working together. Our slogan has always been, "We are family." I know many families, it's been a difficult several months for all of us, both personally at home and also at school with education. So let's plan to start coming up with a routine with our blended learning environment and a routine at home. Together, we'll set expectations for your child. Again, feel free to contact us by email or phone with any questions. We encourage you to attend school functions whenever possible. Attend parent-teacher conferences when we have those. Also, I encourage parents and students to download the Edgewood High School school app, which can be found at any app store. Just look up Edgewood High School and you can download it for free. A lot of information is posted to that daily. Also this year, with Mrs. Nesbitt in the multimedia class, we are posting on the school webpage Mondays with Mr. Notar videos that give an update on what is happening in the school during that week. So I encourage parents and students to look into those to keep updated on things happening at Edgewood High School. Also, in event that the district or an individual building is given a mandated directive to shut down due to COVID-19, like we were in March of this past year, Edgewood High School will resume the remote learning schedule that was utilized during this first grading period of the school year. Below is the schedule as a reminder. Again, this schedule will be used only if it's a state mandate that school must be closed down. We will not follow our blended learning schedule. We will go back to this schedule that the students have been following for the first grading period. Again, working together, we will have an amazing school year, and all of us at Edgewood High School are looking forward to having the students come back to school. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact the office. and I can answer those questions for you. Thank you.